What is up, everyone? Hello to chat. It's the drinker here. This is kind of a weird one to be doing a stream in the middle of the day for me, but it's when I was able to fit it in. As most of you probably know, I had my 500k celebration stream a few days ago, and I just could not get through all of the super chats. Like, it was about 2 in the morning, and there was still a whole bunch of them to go. And I just thought, nah, I'm not going to be able to give these the attention they deserve. So I knew I was going to have to do like a follow-up stream, and I meant to do it the very next day, but then I got pulled into a stream with Southpaw, and then I had to do my Mandalorian video. So this was like the very first day that I actually had like a couple of hours when I could just go ahead and get cracking on it. So here I am. This is a nice intimate stream where it's just me and you, and there's no distractions. So I'm going to try and go through the super chats and keep an eye on chat itself, and hopefully try and keep you guys happy while I get through this. Anyway, I hope you are all doing well today. I've no idea whether I've got people from America on. It's probably quite early there. Here in the UK, it's like early afternoon. I've just had a pub lunch and a few pints, so I'm ready to go, man. Let's see what I've got. Right, so when I'm looking back through the super chats that I got here, right, where did I get to? Oh yeah, here we go. From Michael Tynan, heartiest congrats, Critical Drinker. Ever think of reviewing Doctor Strangelove or The Wild Bunch? I'm sure they would wind up on Drinker Recommends. Yeah, they absolutely would, especially Doctor Strangelove. That movie is just fantastic. It's one of those ones where it's so brilliantly satirical. The characters are amazing. The performances are great. Yeah, I would love to review like a classic movie like Doctor Strangelove again. So yeah, I would. I'll keep that in mind for a future Drinker Recommends. Salad Cream Boy here says, Drinker, you titillating connoisseur, you and hypothetical person you use as a prop to prove your points, have a drink on me. Cheers, man. Yeah, I like using the hypothetical person that just plays devil's advocate. It's a nice way for me to have an argument with myself, and that's always good fun. Charles Caballero here says, legendary show ahead. Well, I hope it was. I was the one who suggested that you do a live cast with Az for Rocky when you two reviewed Commando, and given Doomcock and Gary love the movie too, you four would make it legendary. Yeah, I think there's not many people who don't enjoy Rocky, so it would be interesting to see if I could get multiple guests on to do that. Normally, I just do it with one person because when you've got 3 or 4 people, you tend to start talking over each other, and there's a whole lot of stuff that you need to cover, and the stream usually ends up being about 6 hours long. But if those guys really love it and they want to talk about it, then we'll see what we can do. Matt G here has given me a cake super sticker, so thank you very much. I love cake. Glenn Saunders, Doomcock and Nerdrotic won't cover Lovecraft Country. Will you be willing to take it on? A few people have asked me about this. Like, that's a TV show. I don't mind reviewing crappy movies because I know it's only a couple of hours, but like if it's a whole show and it's multiple seasons potentially, like that is a hell of a lot of time to invest in something that I don't enjoy. So I would need to learn a bit more about it and see if it's worth doing, but I'm not against it. Jorf1 says, congratulations on 500k. Well, thank you. It's a good feeling. Unhinged Entertainment. Drinker will make my work day less shit. Thank you, good sir. Well, thank you. Hopefully I did provide a bit of entertainment for you. Charles Caballero again. Thank you, Drinker, for recommending Cobra Kai. I didn't watch new TV or movies for a while due to most of them being woke, but your reviews gave me a renewed faith. P.S. Hawk is a legend. Yes, he is. There are still good movies and TV shows being produced. It's just a case of finding them and, doing what we can to promote them when we get the opportunity. So, yeah, Cobra Kai was one of those. Plain Our Aspect says, congrats, Drinker. You earned it through quality content. We'd love to see you review more video games if you can, like your review on Cyberpunk 2077. Yeah, I mean, if it ever comes out, I'll be happy to review that. I keep meaning to review Metro Exodus because I really like that. And I may do one on Ghost of Tsushima because I'm playing through that at the moment and really enjoying it. Brian Lewandowski says, congrats, you're the best film reviewer on the platform. Oh, thanks. Hail Gary, Doomcock, and the rest. Do search for Spock next. Yeah, I mean, I think Gary's quite up for doing Face Off because it's like a classic late 90s action movie. But I would totally be up for doing more Star Trek movies. And I think Search for Spock is one of the movies that breaks that old Star Trek tradition that they had, where the odd numbered movies were the bad ones. I actually think Search for Spock is pretty good. It's not Wrath of Khan good, but it's got some great moments in it. So I'd be happy to talk about that. Okia Native says, join the sane world and watch Quigley Down Under. Thank you. I don't know much about it, so I'm not sure about that one. Marcus Cato, thanks, lads. Well, thank you, Marcus. I hope you enjoyed the stream when we did it. 200 Beep Bop Boop Watt Studios. Congrats on 500k to you, Elon Lush. Thank you, man. Terminus Est. Drinker, have you been watching The Boys season 2? Yes, I have, and enjoying it so far. I did a whole stream with Southpaw the other night and that Star Wars girl where we talked about it, and yeah, so far I'm liking what they're doing with it. So hopefully they'll continue. Louis the Plank. Hail Drinker, congrats on 500,000 subs. Here is some money towards a dance with Tatiana. Thank you, she'll be very appreciative. Times are tough, in the stripping industry with social distancing and all that, so she's got to take what she can get. Vivian L says, congrats on your 500k milestone. Well deserved. Here's to 1 million. Thank you. We'll see how long it takes to get to it, but that would be cool too. Scottish Nerd here says, congratulations on 500k. Double the booze to double the subs. Seems the objectively smart thing to do. I would say so, yeah. I'm sure there's going to be no harm done by consuming double the amount of booze that I do already. Doodle Squatch After Dark. Congratulations, Mr. Drinker. Thank you. Tracer Bullet. Any excuse for a drink. Congrats on 500k. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm tempted to have a drink every time I get an extra 1,000k. It's all worth celebrating. Anthony Scioli. You should have Jesse Milestone and Jeff Hicks on sometime. Yeah, I mean, my door is open, so if they want to come on, I'm happy to sort something out. I think Jesse does a lot of epic rants about Star Wars and the state of entertainment, so that could be fun. Rob Altus, congrats. Great to see my favorite YouTube friends together. Thank you. It was great to have all those guys on. I couldn't really have them all at the same time because it would have just been too chaotic, but to have Doomcock and Midnight's Edge and Nerdrotic and Mauler and Rags, that was all great fun. 52 movies a year. Hail to the critical nerdroticock stream. Yeah, like we were talking about the other night, Midnight's Edge and Doomcock need to collaborate just so we can have Midnight Cock After Dark. I think we all need more of that in our lives. Stephen Otten, congrats Drinker on 500k. Here's 500k more. Thank you. Larm here says, nah, it'll be fine. It will be fine, and that's worth keeping in mind. Ross Mitchell, Drinker, congrats on 500k subs. Enjoying a glass of 12-year-old Tobermory to celebrate. Would you consider live streams on each of the James Bond eras? I'm not sure I would do it on every era, but I would definitely be happy to talk about James Bond movies because I've seen them all, enjoyed them to various degrees, and I think it is kind of interesting to see how they changed over the years as they changed actors and decades. And yeah, don't have a huge amount of hope for the latest one. Farewell, Thunderchild. Well done, mate. Honored to have you in my regiment of the EFAP army. Based on my name, I will take the naval forces. Thoughts on Wheel of the Worst musical? I don't know. I haven't seen it. But yeah, I think you're talking about the meme from EFAP when we were all fighting Thanos together, or Movie Bob, as the case may be. That was fantastic. It was an honor to be part of that. Leon K. I'm pausing my break from drinking for this. Cheers, gents, and congratulations. Thank you. I hope it was a good break that you took. Mr. Insanity. Congrats, drinker. 500k more than earner. May your liver survive the climb to 1 million. Cheers. Well, there's always spare livers, you know, so it'll be all right, I would say. Where's the next one? Sir Hi Guy. If aliens asked for all the booze, how would you react? I would say no, because it wouldn't be right. And I would frame it as I was doing them a favor and protecting them from liver cirrhosis. So they would probably thank me in the end. Rob Altis, congrats again, drinker. Ordered your book through FNT. Well, thank you, and I hope you enjoy it. Zachary Moore, congrats on 500k, drinker. Have one on me. Thank you. I will have several on you. Thank you. Sassy Marie, give me a super sticker. So thanks for that. Toastman97, drinker, you eloquent origin of entertaining and creative content. Tonight, I'll be raising my glass filled with Bavarian brew to your honor. Prost. Excellent, man. And I hope you enjoyed the stream that we did, and I hope you had a good few drinks. Chris Yeager gave me a super sticker, so thanks for that. Curtis D, hello to all my favorite humans on YouTube. Congratulations on 500,000 subscribers. Cheers. I'm happy to be here for this. Nice one, man. And I hope you enjoyed it. I was happy to be there for it. Pack 13 gave me a super sticker, so thank you. Christopher de Groot, drinker, you magnificent legend. Enjoy a drink or two on me. Thanks for giving laughs and insights in these times. Well, I do my best. And yeah, I guess if I can kind of encourage people to think a little bit critically about movies and have a laugh along the way, then I've done my job right. Mr. Iron, £1-ish per 100,000 paid in blocks of 500k. See you again at 1 million. Same for you, Nerdrotic and Doomcock. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, both their channels are doing really well at the moment, so I'm sure they'll be having their own 500k celebrations before too long. Pincalo, the driving ape, gave me a super sticker. Thank you. Hey Momo, I've got to do a bunch of last minute work nonsense, so I'm going to miss the stream. Your recommends are on point, my dude. That being said, when did you last watch Scent of a Woman? I nominate that for review. Chug-a-lug and cheers. Yeah, Scent of a Woman, that was the Al Pacino movie. Some epic speeches that he gives in that. And yeah, it'd be interesting to look at it again. It's been at least 10 years since I've seen it, so it's been a long time. But yeah, it's worth looking at once more. Java Bean here says, what a trifecta this stream is. You guys are great. Thank you. Yeah, it's great to talk to. I assume you were talking about Doomcock and Nerdrotic at that point in the stream. So yeah, it's great to have those guys on. And they're pretty familiar with each other on stream. So they always work well together. Big Fat Nerd gave me another super sticker. So thanks for that. Scottish Celts, thanks for making me laugh so much. Big love to Nerdrotic and Mauler and Doomcock. Lol, why is he not Scottish? Cheers again, dudes. Yeah, Doomcock likes his Scotch whiskey, so he's kind of an honorary Scottish guy. And if he ever comes over to here, I will buy him a few. It'd be great to meet him, actually. I think we'd have a good laugh. Screw the Bobbin here says, here's the 500,000 more. Great work. Thank you. Curtis D. Drinker, what are your 10 whiskies and top 10 hard alcohols? My wife says hello and says congrats. Oh yeah, I think we actually covered this when we did the stream, because I sort of started from the bottom and worked my way up. So yeah, I think it was Mauler and Rags and stuff that we asked about this at the time. There's a whole bunch, and I don't think I could name 10 off the top of my head. But yeah, I've kind of talked about whiskies at various times. Lagavulin is my current whiskey of choice, but Highland Park is also excellent, and so is Old Putney. Those are my three favourites right now, but it changes over time. Will Gina Carano now get cancelled from The Mandalorian? That one's from Wicked Person. I hope not. And I know she's been getting a lot of hate on Twitter just for like speaking her mind and refusing to put pronouns in her bio, which is just ludicrous. Like, excuse me, that's the world we're living in now. That's what people get mad about. I respect her for just saying, no, piss off. Like, I'm not going to bow down to you, and I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. So, yeah, I hope that people respect her for that. So I'm just going to work my way up here because I'm through the section that I'd sort of covered while I was on the stream, and then there's a whole bunch of other ones like further up. So I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. Tricky Dicky here says, "Kudos to you, mate. I thought Why the Past Matters was outstanding. The best video I had seen. Sums up what is wrong with modern society." That one. As much as I normally have a laugh with my videos and just kind of mock things, like that was a more serious one, and I was trying to make a point about how censoring and changing and altering things that other generations have done just to fit present day trends is just like an awful thing to do, and it's the most selfish kind of narcissistic approach that you can ever take to entertainment, to presume to think that you can improve on things that other people did way back when and judge them by present standards. It's just awful. So I hope that little trend dies out as quickly as it came. Let me just move up a little bit here. It would be a delicious irony if Kennedy's input was to push Cara Dune's character to a more prominent role. That's from Juggler of Worlds. Yeah, that seems like the kind of thing she would do just because, without actually knowing what Gina's been saying on Twitter and stuff. And I think that would be just hilarious. So I hope that happens. But yeah, I think that's pretty much Kennedy's shtick, is like whenever they're having a discussion about a character, her only input will be, well, can we make it a woman? It's like, yeah, genius, nice one. Just moving up a little bit here through some of the other ones. I've covered this one, and that. Oh yeah, from Walt here. Drinker, Shad, and Moriarty are among the top 5 guests. Get them on more. That'll be probably for Mauler and Rags. Yeah, I've been on EFAP, I think 13 or 14 times now, and there's other stuff coming up. So yeah, I'm sure you'll see a lot more of me on. And it's good fun. And yeah, it's always good fun talking to Shad. His channel's absolutely blowing up, man. He's got like over 1 million subscribers now. Good guy. Norwegian representation. That's from Industrial. Yeah, that's for Andre from Midnight's Edge. It's always good to have him on. He's got such a relaxing way of talking. Like, he's just got a very soft voice. It's really easy to listen to, so it's great. I can just relax for a while when I'm on stream. Yeah, Nikki Ride 71 says, "I'm still at work. No, please keep this going until I get home, please." Well, the stream ran for like 5 hours, I think, or maybe 4.5. So we kept it going as long as we could. But like I say, I got to probably 2 in the morning, and I was just done. It's like I need to take some rest now, because I'm just I'm gonna miss super chats, or I'm not going to give them the attention they deserve. So yeah, we kept it going as long as we could. Tim Riggs here says, "Ray, Captain Marvel, Mulan, etc. are being amazing, and succeeding without working for it is a reflection of the writers. They believe they should be successful without working or struggling as well." Yeah, it's a sad thing. It sets such a terrible example for people watching movies like this, especially young kids and stuff, to basically say to them, like, you're just awesome as you are, and you don't need to improve or work hard at anything because you're just great. Like, that's not how life works. You do have to work, and you do have to struggle and make yourself better at things. Those are the people who succeed. So giving people that opposite message is just a really irresponsible thing to do. But I think people are rejecting it. That's why none of these characters are really liked. Just the alphabet people that love them. Automata here says, "Beat Bot Boop, Robotkin, rise up." Yes. Beat Bot Boop's just become the thing now. It's like a rallying call on Twitter. It's great. I'm just looking on chat here just as I'm going to make sure I'm not missing stuff as you guys are watching. Some people are asking for a Cuties review. No, I'm not watching that movie, man. To review it, I'd have to watch the whole thing, and I just don't want to do that to myself. And I don't want to make money out of it, if that makes sense. So I think you'll probably have to go to other YouTubers for a review of it. It just sounds awful. When I was on a stream with Southpaw the other night, they were covering it, and I think they'd seen it. That Star Wars girl had seen it, and what they were describing just sounds terrible. I just don't want to watch it. Mary Brie Larson, that's from Neva, China. I don't know, man. I've got this strange inkling that we wouldn't really get on with each other, so probably not. It's an odd feeling. You know, sometimes you just feel like you're not compatible with someone. I don't think she'd be compatible with me. Have you seen, and if so, what do you think of the new Bill and Ted movie? And that's from Chip Chipperson. No, I haven't seen it yet, and I don't know why I haven't seen it, because I went and saw Tenet at the cinema. Piece of shit that was. I've heard not great things about Bill and Ted. That they're kind of too old for it now and stuff, which I kind of agree with. But I'd be interested to see it anyway, just to see what they do with it. I just cannot imagine Keanu Reeves acting like that now at his age, and considering all the roles that he's done since then. It just seems really weird. Tropic Tom here saying Bree's lady bits were not made for 40-year-old white men. I am not 40 years old. I'm in my mid-30s, I'll have you know. Right, back to the super chats. What's the next one? Yeah, Walker Mac Fitness. Drinker, huge fan. Keep up the good work, all of you. PSA: Epstein didn't kill himself. Yeah, man, I saw the documentary about him on Netflix like a few weeks ago, and there's a lot of suspicious stuff there. Like, I didn't realize the full extent of it, but man, there was powerful people that didn't want him to spill the beans. Orochi, how in the hell are you at 500k? Wow, that's crazy. It is, and I don't really understand it myself. I'm just kind of enjoying it. So that's the way forward. Drunk 3PO, congrats to my fellow drinker. Cheers. Well, thank you to Drunk 3PO. I did a stream on your channel just not that long ago, and it was a good laugh. Walker Mac Fitness. Jurassic Park 1 was a good movie. Lost World was a fun movie. Yeah. I mean, Lost World was all right. It lost the magic for me. Dinosaurs weren't impressive anymore. They were just plot points, which is a shame. Right, what's the next one? Nick K, almost forgot to do this. Great job getting to 500k. You deserve it. Thank you. Gogar says, congrats on 500k, Drinker. You definitely deserve all of them and more. Love you, man. Part 2 of my EFAP meme will be out soon with you as Pippin. I just saw that on Twitter today, actually. That was brilliant. The scene in Moria where they have to fight the Balrog. Yeah, that was awesome. I love that dog walkers become the Balrog. Just man, what happened to Channel Awesome? Honestly, they used to be funny. Yeah, John Ellis, Bush. The Jurassic World films are so dumb, they might as well just form the Megazord and be done with it. What? None of the rest of it makes sense. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty weak movies, especially, what the hell is it called? Fallen Kingdom. That was just awful. So some of these ones, yep, this one's familiar. I'm trying to remember the super chats that I covered, like at 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning, when I was pissed. So some of it's coming back to me. Yeah, that one I've done. Yeah, Wolfsbane. Favorite Star Wars era, like the Old Republic or post Rebellion. Also, if you were to take over Lucasfilm, what's the first thing you would do? Personally, keep Lucas Arts and have them make games. Yeah, I actually, this is the thing I like about The Mandalorian. I like that era when it's set, like just after the fall of the Empire. So now the galaxy's kind of unstable and it's in flux. Like the Republic's back in charge, but they're weak and they're trying to reestablish control. They've got pockets of Empire resistance everywhere. You know, you've got warlords that have sprung up and requisitioned old warships and everything to carve out their own little kingdoms. It's a nice sort of chaotic, interesting time with loads of different factions. So that's, I think, a great place to tell stories. And I think, you know, if we can just forget about the Disney sequel trilogy and just focus on that kind of post Return of the Jedi era, that would be just fine. And yeah, what would I do when I took over Lucasfilm? I would fire Kathleen Kennedy immediately, put a stop to Rian Johnson's trilogy, put a stop to Leslie Headland's TV show if it's ever going to actually happen, fire the entire story group and anyone that Kathleen hired, pretty much, and just clean house. I think that's the only way to start producing half-decent Star Wars stuff again. And I would never hire a single person that's got pronouns in their bio on Twitter. That's really a good benchmark. Haroon Khan, thanks for cheering me up during some really bad mental health. Rags, you massive doggo, upload please, and tell Muller he's a massive rhino. Also, Mulan Mary Sue. Yeah, I agree on all fronts there. Rags, well, I was speaking to him about this. He is apparently working on new content again. I remember him saying on the stream, which is good news. Like, it's been a long time since he's produced videos, and it'd be nice to see him back again. I will tell Moore that he's a massive rhino and Mulan is a Mary Sue for sure. Nicholas A. Dodonna, what's your opinion on Dark on Netflix, a series that actually came to an end, something not done very often? I haven't seen Dark yet, so I couldn't tell you. It's one of those ones that I've yet to watch, but when I get around to seeing it, I'll let you know. Maybe I'll even review it. Jola Zawadzka, you ruined my drinking during the week policy. Sorry, my no drinking during the week policy. Love your channel and your first book so far. Hope for more great content. Thank you. And I'm glad you enjoyed my book. Coragen. Oi, drinker, you saved my freaking life during this lockdown. You're a proper chap, and I hope you keep up the solid good work. Oh, thanks, man. I was kind of aware that, you know, people were kind of bored during lockdown, and that's why I started doing like the discussion series on live streams where we could just talk about fun movies that we liked. Just a little bit of positivity, and I think it was good for me, and everyone seemed to enjoy it. So I'll just try and keep it up. Walt here says, animating on a film starring J.K. Simmons as we speak. I hope you see it and rip it to shreds. 3D animators are being screwed. Let the salt flow. Ah. I'll need to learn more about that then. What's that film called? If you happen to see this on replay, Walt, let me know. Stephen Otten, an Event Horizon series would be like the Night Flyers series. I would be interested, but who else would care? Well, I would care for a start. I cannot imagine how they could do Event Horizon as a TV show. I've just, I don't no idea how that's going to play out, but I'm excited anyway. If they keep that vibe of the movie, that'd be awesome. I'm just looking through chat as I'm going here. Gospel Records was asking me, any thoughts on the upcoming Dune movie? Do you know the book? Yes, I've read the book. Really liked it. The movie, based on the trailer that I've seen, the casting looks pretty much spot on. I love the sandworms. They look properly huge and intimidating. I think everyone looks pretty decent. I don't know what it is about Denis Villeneuve that he just keeps casting Dave Bautista in roles, but whatever, he's in there. But yeah, I mean, if this is the guy who did Blade Runner 2049, visually I expect it to look fantastic. And you know, he's got the book source material to work from. So if it's fairly faithful to that, I've got pretty good hopes for Dune. Hopefully it's going to be good. Thoughts on the upcoming Amazon Lord of the Rings series? Not too excited about it at the moment, I'll be honest with you. But I'm ready to have my mind changed. What's the next one? Blargaha. Drinker, you splendid Sisyphean sorter of mainstream slog. My question to you is if you've seen Lovecraft Country. There's something about Lovecraft, I just can't say it properly, and what you think about it. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I haven't seen it yet, so I can't comment, I'm afraid. Miguel Batican, hello, Mauler and Rags. Thoughts on the Hellraiser series being made focusing on the Cenobites? Why? I don't want to know where the Cenobites came from. Like, that's what made them intimidating. They were so mysterious. Like, they were just these horrific creatures that came and tortured you and tore you to bits. That was what made them good. I don't want to know how they became that. And I think the very last Hellraiser movie, you get to see them transform back into like the original humans that they were, and it's just sad. It takes all the mystery away from them. So no, I don't like that. I don't want to see everything deconstructed. I don't want to see the origins of everything. It's too much. The bug here says, "Hey drinker and gang, how many bottles of Jack Daniels do you think you'll need for the car crash that is Batwoman season 2? Reviewing Batwoman is Mauler's domain. It's not something that I would get into. I watched like the first couple of episodes, and that was enough for me. I just thought, nope, this is unwatchable. So yeah, I'll leave that up to them. But I imagine they're going to need a fuck ton of booze because that show seems like hard work. Robert Jameson says, brothers and sisters are natural enemies, like Englishmen and Scots. Yeah, granted. Or Japanese and Scots, or Scots and other Scots. Damn Scots, they ruined Scotland. Yeah, we kind of did. We like fighting, and it's good fun. It keeps us on our toes, you know, and it keeps other people on their toes when they're around us. Tom Kroll here donated £5, so thanks, man. The Spawn Camp. Will the dino-human hybrids have fat titties? This is when we're talking about how ludicrous Jurassic World is getting. They're gonna splice dinosaurs with humans to make them super intelligent. Yeah, I propose that they do have breasts so that Luke Skywalker can milk them. Might as well at this point. Mikey Gusler, John Travolta from Battlefield Earth, quote, while you were still learning how to spell your name, I was being trained to conquer galaxies. Yeah, there's hamming it up, and then there's like a big old slice of gammon that is John Travolta. Like, he is next level. Yeah, what a movie. Seymour UK, what's your thoughts on the Thing reboot / sequel? Don't want to see it. The original was great, and I don't think you can improve on it. Mr. Tampon, did Rags and Mauler ever check out Netflix's The Witcher? The source material has the potential to be adapted into the next Lord of the Rings / Game of Thrones, but we got a woke show resembling Xena Warrior Princess. It might seem like that on the surface, that it's woke, but I actually don't think it is as much as you might believe it to be. And I totally understand why. Because you take someone like Yennefer, she gives up her fertility in order to like cure her like deformity that she's been born with and become a super powerful sorceress. But then you skip forwards like 30, 40 years in the timeline of the series. She obviously doesn't age because she's been, you know, naturally like altered to be a witch. But she's feeling bored and unfulfilled, and she's now on a quest to like regain that ability to have children and have fertility again. And it's almost like a metaphor for like women who give up, you know, their best years to focus on their careers, and then when they decide they want to have kids, they're like 45 and they can't anymore, and then they get really mad and you know, frustrated with their lives. That's kind of the metaphor that the show's going for there, and it's easy to miss, but it's there. And I think people actually saw it and got quite mad about that, but that's reality. So it's a pretty good show, in my opinion. It's definitely got flaws, and the non-chronological storytelling was a big put off for a lot of people. But I think it's going to settle down a bit in season 2. So I'm interested to see where it goes, I think. Augustin Boyas, hey Drinker, if you were given a chance to reboot and write a franchise, which would it be? I would reboot Star Wars, or at least from the sequel trilogy point of view. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could rewrite it into something halfway decent. GTI Guy 98, love you Drinker, I'm glad you made it to 500k. You should review Tron Legacy, also Long Man Bad and High Rags. Yeah, I think we talked about Tron Legacy a little bit. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was a great follow-up to the original, and it was so far removed from the original film, just in terms of time. It was like 30 years later. I didn't quite understand what they were hoping for with it. Visually, it looked good though, but there was barely any actual Tron in it, which just didn't make much sense to me. So it's just an odd one. I don't understand what they were hoping to achieve with it. Rack Eadsmasher. The orc be giving you some cash. Well, thank you, my friend. And as I've always learned from orcs, red ones go faster. Pod Racing Palpatine. Congrats, drinker. Raising one to you. Do it. I will do it. Do it. Tom Crow. That's called a flaming jobby Ogram where I come from. Yeah, that's where we were talking about light a shite, where you put a shit in a bag and set it on fire and put it on someone's doorstep. Man, the fun I had in high school. Ross Irvin donated £1, so cheers, man. Just seeing what chat's going on here. Yeah, and Niall Riley says, I'm an actor. I realize it's going to be quite difficult when I enter the industry properly because it's been infiltrated by woke SJWs. I'm an actor who believes that the story should come first. Yeah, it's crazy that, isn't it? Wanting to tell a good story. Who would have thought? Just Some American says, have you seen Kingdom of Heaven with Orlando Bloom? Easily a top 5 for me. It's a good movie. Like, I didn't absolutely love it or anything, but, decent enough film. It was Ridley Scott, I think, who did it, if memory serves. So visually, it looks great. The world is nicely realized and stuff. And man, I never want to catch leprosy, put it that way. Brie Larson for Ryan Drake. Yeah, why not? I think she could play the role. If she cut her hair short as well, she would definitely look like him. All right. What's my next one here? Shane G. Drinker, you rapacious rumhead. Cheers. Cheers to you, Shane. Teamer Link. Congrats on the 500k. Thank you. Wizards. Diabito will genocide the mayonnaise ghouls and bring about the superior fuchka. What's that? Fucha. Yeah. Old movie Bob. What a guy. Believes in mass genocide and eugenics. Yeah. Just the kind of guy you would want to hang about with, I guess. My name is Loveless. Big news for this aspiring EFAPper. I finished my first video, 46 minutes, rendering now. Part 1 of 7 analyzing PT's Silent Hills. Big hype. Also, congrats to my fellow drinker. I'll have some Jameson in your honor. Yeah, see, PT back in the day, that was great. It so much. You know, Konami were all set to do a Silent Hills game, and then boom, it just all vanished. So, yeah, I'd be interested to hear people talk about that. I actually kind of want to review the Silent Hill games because they were so, like, the first few were just brilliantly done. Great horror. II here says, really, truly appreciate your content, you glorious drunk gentleman and scholar. Care to share any thoughts on the direction the gaming industry has been heading in the past few years? Not great, and I think it's been directed by gaming journalists who are just activists at this point. I think there's been a lot of grifters who've infiltrated the industry and kind of taken advantage of an industry that's just growing and is still kind of immature, and they've used that as their way to infiltrate it and start to bring their nonsense into video games. And it's a real shame. But yeah, like movies, you just have to hope that it's a trend that will eventually run out, and these people will be found out for the sort of talentless hacks that they are, and just booted. So I'm not naming any names because you know who I'm thinking about, and I just don't want to draw any more attention to them, quite frankly. Stephen Otten says, Katie McGrath deserved better. Hashtag Babysitters Unite. Yeah. Automata. The new Jurassic movie needs to tie into the Tammy and the T-Rex cinematic universe. Why not? Might as well. I want to tie it into the MCU as well and just have like Thor fighting dinosaurs. Why not? 860 Cyan God says, the Disney Star Wars trilogy makes no sense. TFS said that Luke was the last Jedi in the crawl. If Palpatine was alive, why would he have not gone after the second child of Vader, Mary Poppins? Nothing about the sequel trilogy makes sense, man. Like, it's a movie series that was done with no plan, no idea of where they were going, no real understanding of the universe, no world building, no backstory, nothing. It's pretty much a textbook example of how not to do movies, and that's why I've had so much fun. Like, one, criticizing it, but two, like using it as a springboard to do like my drinker fixes for all the different characters, because it just shows you how a bit of more thought put into it can radically change these characters and make them halfway decent. So yeah, it's good fodder for reviews and video essays and stuff, as I'm sure you all know. Like, people have made entire careers out of it. Midnight's Edge After Dark. Congratulations. Thanks, Tom. I meant to have you on that live stream, actually, because I know we talked about it beforehand, but Andre kind of got priority because he was really up against it time-wise, so I'll have you on some other time. Amit Kamel gave me $5, so thanks for that donation. It's much appreciated. James Moore, that Star Wars girl says congratulations and hi Rags and Mauler. Now watch The Boys season 2 already. Damn it! I am watching season 2, so I'm happy to talk about it. And it's good that Anna says congratulations. So nice one. Mary Ashmead, congratulations, Drinker. Been watching a long time. Huge fan. You rock, my friend. Thank you. Terrace Est, Drinker, if you were half French, you'd be a wee lad. That made me laugh more than I expected. Nice one. Mark Salmon Fink, just wanted to say, Critical Drinker loved videos. Mauler, your deep dives are awesome. Doomcock, your rage is cathartic. And Nerdrotic, did you read that book I sent you? Congratulations for your success. I agree with all of that. I'm not sure if Gary's read the book you sent him, but hopefully he has. Uncompetitive gave me a cake, super sticker, so thank you. DM says, what does everyone think of Seven Samurai, the 1954 movie? Excellent film. I've only seen it like once, and that was probably like 15 years ago easily. But I remember it just being awesome, because I thought originally like The Magnificent Seven was like the original, and I'd not known about Seven Samurai until much later. So when I saw it, I was just like, this is awesome. Love it. Elijah Hayden, Drinker, you inebriated intellectual. Congrats on 500k. Salutations, Moublichier. Also, hi Rags. Yep, it was great to have them on. Road Warrior 2. What did you think of Russell Crowe's latest film? He was channeling John Goodman, as it was basically see what happens when you fuck a stranger in the ass scene stretched out into a whole movie. Yeah, I've heard about this. I can't remember where I was talking about it. I think it was Doomcock when I had him on stream. But we were mentioning this. Russell Crowe is just like this guy who completely flips his shit. I don't know much about it, but yeah, I've not seen it myself yet. But I do like him as an actor, so it'd be interesting to see. If it's anything like something like Falling Down, where again another guy who just loses it with modern society, it could be good. Franz Bauer, ahoy Drinker, congrats on the 500k. Have you ever watched Master and Commander? Do you think it's worth a Drinker recommends? I have seen it. I don't know if it's worth a Drinker recommends, but it is a good film. Yeah, I do kind of like these old-timey, like, you know, sea battle movies, you know, all the sort of old-timey sailing ships maneuvering around each other, and like, you know, the way they've got to try and outsmart each other. It's pretty good fun. And Master Commander, Russell Crowe again was good in it. I think the actual action scenes, the battle scenes were great. So yeah, I'm kind of talking it up here, so I feel like now I need to watch it again. Alex Lee, hey Mo, I know this is Drinker's stream, but when do you plan to cover Nostalgia Critic on EFAP? Watched one of his videos. I can't believe I used to like him. He had a video on Lord of the Rings, if I recall. Yeah, I'll need to ask Muller about that, actually. Yeah, the Nostalgia Critic, man. Honestly, like, I used to find him kind of funny, even though his voice was really irritating, but it's grated on me to the point where I just can't watch him anymore. And you know, the humor has maybe dropped off a bit, so like it doesn't have that to balance it out. It's not for me anymore. And I think yeah, maybe he's starting to slide a little bit. But it'd be interesting to see one of his most recent videos and see what he's up to. Offer Nave says, pretty pleased, try Stargate SG-1. I've seen it. I've seen all of it and really liked it. It was a show that I think it was fine for it to end because it went on for so long. I think they basically covered everything that you could possibly do. They just did everything story-wise. So I was fine for it to end when it did, but it was a great show while it was on. So yeah, I'd be nice to do a retrospective on that. Anakin's Ashes. Good evening, Judgmental Drunkard. Good to see you streaming with Mauler. Also, hi, Rags. I'm sure they would say hi as well. Sorry that they missed this super chat, but it was good to have them on. Solar Sailor. Had a tough year, but you and EFAP have got me through it. Thanks for all your great videos. I'm learning a lot from your books. Maybe one day my own book will be worthy. Hi Mauler, hi Rags, cheers. Thank you. I'm glad you've enjoyed the content. I'm glad you've enjoyed EFAP. And yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying my books as well. So it sounds like you're doing good, man. The Geekopolis. Just finished the SC stream and now this. Dawn bless. Nice one. Taker 610. I love how effing campy the villains were in Resident Evil 4. Yeah, they were extremely campy. I think when you've got like a midget dressed up as Napoleon and a cult leader who's like dressed in purple, you're always onto a winner. But like for me, it took me out of the game a little bit because the early sections were great when you're going around the villages and stuff and people are coming at you with chainsaws. It's like properly atmospheric and really like unnerving. But then you get to that and it just becomes kind of farcical. I don't know why they took it in that direction. Eva Fox says, Drinker, I missed your Resident Evil stream. I actually have a soft spot for Resident Evil 6 because of the Leon campaign. I felt it started off well before going a bit crazy. Helena was hot too. Yeah, she was. I loved her outfit. And yeah, Leon's one was probably the best because you fight actual zombies in it. And yeah, definitely in the early stages, at least, it is a bit more restrained. So yeah, I liked that aspect of it. I think it's just Chrissy's one that's the worst offender. It's just so over the top ridiculous. Yeah, it's Resident Evil 6. I think they tried to do too much with it and bring in too many different elements, and it was just chaos. Martin Mayer says, congrats on 500,000 disappointed Disney fans. What bottle have you cracked for such a special occasion? I had Kraken rum that night, actually. I was about 2/3 of the way through it by the time we were done, so it was doing pretty good. And it certainly went down a treat. I had it with a little bit of Coke mixed in. The Coke keeps you awake with all the sugar, so it was a good combination. Eva Fox here says, oh, and tell that long man over there he needs to do a Prestige video because he always talks about how good it is, and I agree 100%. Yeah, man, he really loves that movie. I think I've only seen it once, but I do remember it being pretty clever and pretty well constructed. And he should do it. So I'm gonna force him to do that. 8-bit engine. Ashley is 20, by the way. Ashley, is that from Resident Evil? Oh damn, I'm losing track. That was probably in reference to a conversation we were having at the time. Skyle Kazumli. Get me on next, lad. Also, here's Drinking Dosh. Congrats on 500k and can't wait for the next one. Cheers. Well, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. Curtis D. Drinker, Mauler, and Rags, do you have the ability to see when I joined your channels? I am curious how long I have been with your channels. We don't get that kind of information. I think particularly when you've got channels with like a large number of subscribers, it just kind of piles them on top of each other. So you can't see each individual one and when they've been with you. Not that I know of anyway. The Burnett Work donated $25, so thank you very much. Yum Yum Eat 'em Up. Congrats on the 500k, Drinker. Question for you, Mauler and the gang. Have you watched The Boys Season 2 yet, or are you waiting for the entire thing to binge it? Yeah, I can't remember what they're doing with it, but I've seen the first 4 episodes so far, so I'm up to date with it and really enjoying it. So hopefully they continue like this. I think Homelander's kind of my hero. I just love him. I can't stop watching him when he's on screen. He's great. Jonathan De Pena Bayaz. Hail Drinker, congrats on the milestone. Keep up the great work. By the way, Gary semi-doxed you on Friday Night Tights, so I reserved your book and I'm grabbing your previous novels as well. Can't wait to read them all. Hail all. Nice one. Nice one to Gary for doxing me. But I hope you enjoy my books, so thanks for ordering it. Barvello26, here's something for you and Tatiana, $5. Thank you. I'll put that in my Tatiana fund. Road Warrior 2. So Ashoka is going to be in The Mandalorian. Think she'll become the love interest? Oh, good question. I think not, to be honest with you. I think she'll be like a Cara Dune type character. But I'm looking forward to seeing her like in live action. I think that's going to be really interesting. Nick Polshek, do you think you could make an interesting Rise of Skywalker that was mostly about Luke in the Force with Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Yoda, and not the new characters? No, I think you have to set it in the real world. Like, I wouldn't want to see a movie based around Force ghosts. As much as that would be kind of awesome to see all those great characters again, yeah, I think you have to set it in the actual world. But yeah, I could definitely write a better Rise of Skywalker, even with the disaster that was Last Jedi to work with. I'm sure I could do something with it. Mike Who Cheese Harry. I let The Force Awakens slide for the Last Hope remake it was to come back and see Luke as a bad mofo in the eighth movie. Boy, did I have to reach for my scotch after that one. Yeah, I think we all did. That was just awful what they did to him. I think we all know it. Dude LV gave me $10, so thanks for that donation. Paleo Geek Chris. Rise of Skywalker Lucas Cut. We promised to give you a reach around this time. Yeah, it can't be any worse than what we got. I don't think it'd be perfect, but it'd be interesting to see. Brie Larson's period says, "Congrats on reaching the Brie Larson echelon of YouTube." She name drops me on her channel, but if I'm being unbiased, you do better work than she does. Oh, thanks. It's always nice to get a compliment from Brie Larson's period. She does talk about it a lot from what I've heard. The Justice 35 says, "Big question for Mauler and Rags. When are you going to do another Jebby Nichols EFAP, and are you going to join for the full JebFap drinker?" Yeah, man, that stirred up a hornet's nest from what I remember when they covered that. She did not take kindly to it, and they all went after Mauler and the other guys on Twitter. So, yeah, social media wars, aren't they great? I don't. From what I remember or what I understand, like her thing is she just presents direct to camera and just kind of rambles on, and that's fine if you're good at it. But there's only certain people that can do that effectively. And if you don't have a really clear idea of what you want to say beforehand, and you're not articulate enough to get it across, it's going to be awful, and you're just going to end up contradicting yourself and talking shit for like half an hour. So, if that's her style of doing things, yeah, no wonder they tore it apart. But yeah, if they want me on again to do stuff, I'll see what I can do. Barvello 26, congratulations, Drinker, on the 500k. Glad to see you celebrating, mate. Are you the drunken Tony Stark of our? Sorry, you are the drunken Tony Stark of our time. Well, I try to be, but I'm not as rich as him or as good looking as Robert Downey Jr. Kevin S, congratulations, sir. I'll be getting your books on audio soon. Thank you. I hope you enjoy them. The first 6 are now available on audio because I just saw the 6th one came out for pre-order like yesterday. Daniel Denley, bravo on the 500k, Drinker. Consider watching 12 Angry Men. I will. I've heard good things, and it's just one I've never gotten around to. Zach Gilbert, Mauler, you hear about Bowen? Very sad. I'm not sure what that is actually, so I don't know if Mauler knows. But yeah, I'll need to look that up. Bowen. Anyone in chat know what that is? Beuwen. I'm going to wait for chat to catch up here. Nope, people don't know. Okay. Salty Army London Regiment. Bloody hell, Drinker, another live stream. Yeah, normally I do not do them anywhere near as often as this, but I had to catch up on these super chats, and there's no way I was going to leave it. So I just wanted to get it done today. But normally I leave like a week between each one. Franz Bauer here says, "Here's some cash to start your Middleton very rare funds." Okay. I'll keep Middleton in mind. Yeah, not had it, but I'm always up for new alcohols. I think there's been a few super chats that have actually come in here while I've been doing this. Damn you guys, I was supposed to just do the super chats from the other day. Now there's more. No, in all fairness, thank you very much for anyone who's donated while I've been talking here. Oh my God, there's loads. What the hell? I didn't expect this. Stop being so generous. I'm just going to look through some chat here while I'm getting ready for the next batch. Have I seen Knives Out? Yes, I was on Mauler's channel doing a stream on it, and we did one on my channel as well, actually. I've talked about Knives Out way more than I ever wanted to. What country am I from? Who knows? I think you can probably guess from my accent. 24-hour live stream? I don't know, man. I don't think YouTube would take too kindly to that, and my liver would probably pack in. Oh, Bowen is a guy whose house burned down. All right. Well, that sounds crap. But no, I didn't know anything about that. Why do you sound like Billy Butcher from The Boys? I don't know. This isn't what I normally talk like. He's awesome, and I can't quite do his accent, but man, I can only aspire to be like him. Have I watched Cuties already? Nope, not gonna. I can do without that in my life. Right. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to look at some of these super chats here that just came in while we were running this stream. Okay, where did we start? Oh, yeah, here it is. Eskimo Phono. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Christian Delorme from Canada. I missed your original stream, so here are a few coins for my good man. Thank you. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying this stream that I'm doing today. I know it's just me, but it's just me and you, so we can talk together. Drought in the Arctic. Opinions on Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, specifically its story and characters if you played it. Also recommended first drink for a noob. Right, so Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, that is one of the few Metal Gear Solid games that I haven't played just because it looked like a hack and slash thing that had nothing to do with any of the Metal Gear Solid games. I know you play as Raiden and you can basically slice and dice your enemies, but yeah, it just never appealed to me, really. It was just a weird like spin-off thing that never really caught my eye. So I haven't played that one, I'm afraid. Recommended drink for a noob? You probably just want to start with something light. Just get yourself a nice lager, nice and easy. And then have another one and another, and move on from there. In terms of spirits, well, you probably want to wait a while before you get onto them, I guess. But yeah, maybe don't start with a Scotch whiskey as much as they're awesome. They're kind of the sort of thing you get a taste for as you get older with it. So start light and move up from there. Superman, if he wasn't scared. It's 5:30 a.m. here in Los Angeles. What the hell are you doing up at 5:43 in the morning? Saw that where you live and wanted to give you my support. Thanks for all the hard work you do. Keep it up. Thank you. I don't know why you're up so early. You should go back to bed, but I hope you're enjoying the stream, and I really appreciate your donation, man. So thanks. Sajag Verma. Here's to you getting fit again and me starting my journey from being a fatty. Yeah, I'm back at the gym because they finally reopened here in Scotland, so I'm getting a chance to work out again, and it's good. The first few days, like, damn, man, it was sore. Like, I was able to like do some weightlifting at home and stuff, like, because I just got basic weights, but like it's nowhere near the same as having like proper isolation machines. So yeah, when I was back there and working like muscles that hadn't been used in like 6 months, it hurt. But it's good. It's good to be back. And I wish you the best of luck in your own getting fit campaign. So keep up the good work, man. Mr. GJ Fly High. Would you do a Production Hell episode about Waterworld? Yes, I would, and I'm actually planning to, because that was legendarily terrible to make. They had horrible problems. Also, what do you think of the movies using the Bible like Noah? Congrats on 500k, keep it up. I mean, I'm fine for like, taking inspiration from biblical stories, like, the Passion of the Christ. Not exactly a fun movie to watch, but damn, it was compelling. It's a hell of a film. So yeah, I'm fine with it. You can just take them for what they are. As if you're not religious, just take it as a story, a piece of art. Debonair Nerd. Hi Drinker, congrats. A new subscriber from Australia, but with Scottish heritage, from the McRae clan. As a fan of Coppola, your favourite Godfather film? Also, what's your genuine opinion on Godfather 3? Yeah, I think, I hate to run with the pack, but like, yeah, I think I would prefer Godfather 2 over the first one. They're both excellent, but yeah, seeing De Niro in it, and the cutting back and forth between the different times, the intercut story and stuff, it's just brilliant. My genuine opinion on Godfather 3, it's all right. I don't hate it. It doesn't measure up to the other two, but like it's still an all right film. It's been a long time since I've seen it, so we need to kind of see it again if I wanted to give a more comprehensive view, but I don't remember hating it when I saw it. D. Matthews, here's to the drinker. Also, is Tatiana real? Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah, well, you're not getting to meet her. She's mine. Yeah, Tatiana it can be found in the real world. I'll just leave it at that. Just some American. Hey, drinker, what do you think of Kingdom of Heaven? Yeah, it's funny. I got asked a question about that earlier. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not one of Ridley Scott's best movies, but I enjoyed it. And the cinematography is great. The characters are pretty good. The battle scenes are good. Yeah, decent film altogether. Very well, Thunderchild. WOTW is War of the Worlds, musical by Jeff Wayne. Okay. No, I haven't seen that, so I couldn't tell you. I've seen like 5 different versions of War of the Worlds on TV and stuff. I'd never heard the audio play, but apparently it caused mass hysteria because people thought it was real. So that would be awesome. But yeah, I would say I'd have to reserve judgment until I've heard it. Comrade Commodore, I know you guys don't do politics, but what's the European opinion on what's happening over here in America? It's a poop show, bro. It just seems like chaos, man. Honestly, from what we see and the bits that we hear, you know, you've got rioting, you've got everyone's raging at everyone else, everyone's making conflicting claims about everything. It's just, you see it reflected in social media as well. It's just gotten worse and worse, where everyone's enraged all the time. And I think it's just going to get worse over the next couple of months, all the way up to election day. And, who knows what's going to happen after that. It's just, yeah. Right now, I just no idea what's gonna happen with it. But I'm sure you guys in the States know a hell of a lot better than I do what's going on. I feel for you guys, really do. Like, especially people who are living in places like Portland or Chicago, where you've just got riots all the time. Like, it seems awful. John Sislowski, love your gimmick and the content. Replaced Possum reviews as favorite movie critic. Replaced garbage-eating Possum with a competent drunkard. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm competent. Like, I am drunk though. But I am glad you're enjoying my stuff, so thank you. Scott S. Drinker, you're awesome. No matter what's going on, I know I can pull up one of your videos and catch a hard laugh. Please do The Outsiders. The Outsiders. I've heard this recommended to me before. I feel like I've got to do The Expanse before I do anything else like that, because people have been on at me for ages to watch that, but I'll keep The Outsiders in mind. Just Don't Mind says, have an overpriced Guinness on me, sir. I beg thee, please do Braveheart, O divine movie master of meditations and contemplations taken on mad level Mel. Yeah. Braveheart is a movie that's all about the emotion. It's, if you're a historian, I imagine you just about shit a brick when you watch it because it's so inaccurate. But yeah, it's a movie that it does what it sets out to do, put it that way. So it'd be interesting to look at it again and do a bit of a review. I think it's quite manipulative in how it portrays things, though. Tano Kurishi says, greetings from an Ecuadorian in Japan, drinker. I discovered you from the Resident Evil game series you made. God, that's an old one. Congrats for the great development. Thanks, man. I feel like the channel's come quite a long way since I did Resident Evil. I was so polite back then. It was weird. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed them. Big Daddy MRI says, congratulations, drinker. 500k is quite the achievement. I told you we'd hit 500,000 when I joined you at 41k. I hope your channel continues to grow because you deserve to be known. Keep up the great reviews and stay safe. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And yeah, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing and we'll see how the channel does. 6581 Punk, what do you think of the Dune trailer? Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I'm liking it so far. I think the casting's spot on, and the visuals look great. So I've got a good feeling about this movie. Tana Kureshi says, could you share any opinions on any type of Japanese animation from a narrative perspective? Have you seen any? Yeah, I mean, I think I've been asked about this before. Like when I've people ask if I've seen anime and stuff. I'm just a casual anime fan. Like I've seen like a lot of the Studio Ghibli films, and I really like them. I think something like Princess Mononoke or Castle in the Sky, they take a really interesting, and it's hard to even describe how it's different, but I can just say it's like uniquely Japanese in the way they structure their narratives and the way they present their characters. They keep the kind of core like 3-act structure and stuff of standard storytelling, but they just present things in a slightly different way. It's interesting, but I like it, and I think I really need to make the time to watch more anime, to be honest, because I feel like I'm missing out on a lot. Dvorak 1911 gave me a 5,000 krona. I'm not sure what that is actually. It's KRW, so I'm not sure what currency that is, but thank you anyway. I appreciate it. Thasio, what is this magnificently good-looking random person on the internet giving me money, you ask? Well, you very entertaining drunkard, I would like to share my appreciation for all you do. Go away now. Well, thank you. I appreciate the donation, so thanks. Mika Horton. Hey, Drinker, I just found your channel the other day. I want to know your opinion on the Tremors movies. Thanks for the good entertainment, by the way. I love the first Tremors. I'm actually planning to review it because honestly, it's a blast. If you haven't seen it, give it a watch. It's really good fun. It's got elements of comedy, but it's also kind of functions as a pretty decent like horror / adventure / monster movie. So not the sequels kind of lost the thread of it, but the first one's absolutely great. Ellie Jesus loves Johnny. Hey, yay, drinkers on. Got my day at work made. Thanks, man. Congrats on 500k. Thank you. This one I can't say the name because it's in like Cyrillic characters. But why did you change your voice during I Was So Wrong About Captain Marvel video and afterwards? Listening to you back catalog of videos was a surprising experience. Yeah, I guess I didn't really realize how it would take off when I became the drinker. So I didn't know it at the time, but then, yeah, I didn't want to just delete all my older videos, so I just left them on when I was being nice and polite to people. Ivan Petrascu, we're going shooting to celebrate my brother's wedding. I'll fire a few rounds to celebrate your success as well. Nice one, man. Just don't aim them at people. Tropic Tom, if the Force truly was female, the Jedi would not use giant glowing phalluses, but instead would most rely on mind tricks. I see what you did there. Indeed, yeah. It's just more nonsense from Kathleen Kennedy. Gotta love it. Seamus, sorry. Congrats, Drinker. Subbed in May 2019, and I'm beyond impressed by your growth. Onwards, and here's to 1 million subs. Thank you, man. And yeah, you've been with me since the early days, so that's awesome. Stephen Otten, cheers again, Drinker. I have to go to work now. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you. 52 movies a year. Who knew Will Wheaton was a fan of the Drinker? After watching Lower Decks, Will told everyone to go away. Will Wheaton. Still dining out on Wesley Crusher after like 30 years. What a guy. I think he's a massive douche, though, in real life, apparently. Use Plan B. Star Wars would have been great if they followed the Thrawn series of the books. Yeah, I've heard people rave about the Thrawn series. I haven't read them, but like apparently they're meant to be awesome. So there's 1,000,001 stories from the expanded universe that they could have used, and instead they went in their own direction. Idiots. Mayor, hey Drinker, did you ever read the rest of the Outlander books? No, I read the first 4, I think, and then I just lost the will to live. Like they're about 1,400 pages long each. Like they're just abusively long, and I just got to the point where I was like, no, this is moving at the speed of a glacier. I just cannot get through this anymore, and gave up. And I don't think they get any better because they seem to get longer and longer after that. I think the author, maybe fell in love with the world she created a little bit too much, and it's just consumed everything. OGX Focal. If you're not familiar with epic rap battles of history, you should check out their Hitchcock versus Spielberg video. As a movie buff, I'm sure you'd like it. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Ellen Jesus Loves Johnny. Thoughts on Elizabeth Swann from POTC? She's truly a strong female character, in my opinion. Elizabeth Swann. I don't know what POTC is, actually. Am I missing something? Does anyone know what POTC is, like Elizabeth Swann? Oh, Pirates of the Caribbean, of course. God, it just came to me. Yeah, I think she's fine. She starts out, goes through like kind of weak and timid, and gradually goes through a character arc and becomes like strong and independent. So yeah, I think she's pretty decent as a character. Justified Humble Eraser. Any chance at doing a giveaway in the form of fans getting a stream with you on the show? I, of course, get first dibs since I came up with this genius idea. Well, of course. I mean, it's something I'd like to do. I think you kind of have to just vet people a little bit because, you never quite know if you're going to get someone on who's just going to start screaming obscenities at you. But no, I think I'd be up for doing that, or at least having people on like for guest spots. They could get like 20 or 30 minutes on the stream with some other people. and kind of rotate it that way. But I've kind of got a back catalog of other content creators who also want to do stuff. So I'm just trying to fit it all in, basically. While, I don't want to get too preoccupied with streaming at the expense of actually producing videos. So I try to just keep it on the back burner a little bit. Justin Stoll, Critical Drinker, you're the superhero we need. What is worse, The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker? I would say Last Jedi, because that's the one that really did the damage. Rise of Skywalker is, the more you think about it, the more sort of long-lasting damage it does to the sort of backstory of the series. But TLJ was just abusive, man, and the intent behind it was just pure destruction. So that's the one I think is worse. Use Plan B says, you mentioned Orcs Drinker. Have you watched the 5 YouTube videos Astartes one artist made? If you haven't, I highly recommend everyone watching it. No, I haven't, but I would like to, actually, because I do love me a bit of 40K. And, I think they're getting to the point now where they could render it in CGI pretty well. So I'd like to watch that. And I love me some orcs as well. They're awesome. Mongrel. Here's something my dad used to say to make me laugh. She offered her honor, he honored her offer, and all night long it was honor and offer. That's not bad, actually. I probably totally butchered it when I was trying to say it there. Tal Cohen, congrats, man. Did you have to learn what make movies good, or did it come naturally? For me, it wasn't about movies. It was about stories. I kind of cut my teeth as an author, and so I got a good feel then for, how stories are put together, how characters work, and so on, and what makes them good. Through trial and error mostly, and then you can apply that to movies just as effectively, and then you start to see the things where it's where it's lacking, where it's gone wrong, and it's just something you kind of learn over time, I think. Chimenzia, I'd love you to please review Primo by Gennady Tartanovsky. So good. Primo, okay. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Will Guitar, on a scale of 1 to absolutely, how is what's that? A Scottish accent when saying Pixskulls and Sandler? Well, there you go. What's that? Pixels and Sandler. Sandler. Yeah. There you go. Jacob Babcock, congrats on 500k, Drinker. For my birthday, my fiance has made September movie month. One almost every day. In the spirit of the movie we just watched, would you ever consider a review of The Dark Knight or Starship Troopers? Yes, absolutely. I am going to review Starship Troopers, either that or do a stream on it. And I was planning to do The Dark Knight Rises as a review, because there's a lot I want to say about that film. So I'll leave it at that for now. But yeah, both of them will be covered. Activated Complex says, another good one to check out since you love Seven Samurai is Kill by Kiyohachi Okamoto. Similar sense of humor and likable characters. Remember those? I do indeed, yeah. Movies used to produce likable characters. It was a crazy time. But yeah, I'll keep that one in mind in that case. Dvorak 1911. What's your take on the movie Parasite? Do you think it deserved 4 Academy Awards while The Irishman won nothing? I haven't seen it yet, and I'm planning to, because I missed it when it was at movie theaters, and I just haven't got around to it. But I'm really interested to see it so I can see what all the fuss is about, and then I'll probably do a review. William Kovac. 500k, well deserved. Great content, and very funny at that. Please keep at it. What do you think about Rick and Morty? Yeah, love me some Rick and Morty. I think I'm halfway through season 4 at the moment, because it broke in half on Netflix, so I had to go somewhere else to get the second half, and haven't got around to it yet. But yeah, some great episodes, especially in season 2. I think it's maybe dropped off a little bit in the most recent season, but the earlier ones were brilliant. And I love Rick. He's like my hero. Daniel Neubert, thank you for recommending Farscape on your Mando vid. I'd never heard of it, but wound up loving it. Don't know why it doesn't get talked about more. Yeah, I don't know either. I think it was because it was an Australian production, like a co-production between that and Jim Henson Studios. It was like a little bit more obscure, and it was kind of quirky and a bit different. And it was from the early 2000s, so it's quite a long time ago now. But it was around about the same sort of time as Stargate SG-1, and I think maybe that sucked up a lot of the sci-fi audience, and maybe Farscape got left behind a little bit. But yeah, I love it, and hopefully one day I'll do a video on it. Frankie's Secret Organization. Wow, you sound a lot different here than in your videos, but congratulations on 500k. Also watch Killer Bean if you haven't. Yeah, I sound different because I'm not as drunk here. It's the middle of the day, so I'm just in the midst of like a regular day, and I probably don't sound as pissed as I normally am. Especially when you're running a live stream, you kind of have to be a bit more on the ball. Otherwise, you'll end up like talking to dead air, not realizing that the thing's switched off. Where did I get to? Sorry, I had to refresh the super chats here, and I'm just trying to catch up with myself. Oh yeah, Shin Kazama. Hey Drinker, when are you going to do a Drinker recommends of the movie Tombstone? Also, God bless your work and congrats on 500,000 subs. Yeah, loads of people want to talk to me or want me to talk about Tombstone. So yeah, I'm happy to do a review of it. Again, it's one of those films I haven't seen probably in 5 or 10 years, but I remember really liking it at the time. So it had like a total all-star cast, especially Kurt Russell. Kurt's the legend. So yeah, happy to review that one. JML 2012, can't spare much, but congrats, you Scottish Superman. Well, thank you. I mean, I appreciate it. Anything that you're wanting to donate, so thank you. Just some American. Ignore my Kingdom of Heaven super chat. Thanks for the Cobra Kai recommendation. The show slaps. Hulk is my favorite. Have you played Jedi Fallen Order? Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed Cobra Kai. I haven't played Fallen Order yet, though, because I kind of haven't been into the Star Wars games. I think maybe the movies soured me on them, but a lot of people said that some of them are properly good, so I'd be up for playing it. Justin Seifert, let's bring back Alf. That's a blast from the past. John Oakletree, hail Drinker. I'm currently reading Redemption, but I was wondering, is the name of the character Kane a reference to something? It could be. Yeah, I'd also just think it's a nice sounding name. I just liked it. So you can take it on both levels if you like. But I hope you enjoy the book. There's a lot to Kane, I'll put it that way, and you'll find it more as you read the subsequent books. Joseph Salzontai, sorry, I butchered your name. Hello, Drinker. Congratulations on 500k. Very well deserved. Have a drink on me. I really enjoyed your stream on Battlestar Galactica. Do you believe the writer's strike affected the final season? I don't know, because I feel like with that, they probably knew where they were going to go with it ultimately. And I think it's a question of like the concept. Was it good overall or not? And I'm still debating that. Like, I know Doomcock really loved it. I wasn't quite as hot on the finale, but yeah, there was definitely some aspects to the final season that started to fall off a little bit. I wasn't mad keen on all the supernatural aspects of it, but yeah, it is what it is. Ultimately, I enjoyed the show. Christian Delorme, forget Tatiana, tip the bar wench. More incentives in the long run. Cheers from Canada again. Thank you, man. Okinative, watching Quickly Down Under adds 10 years to your life. I'll take that as given then. I better watch it. Iro Kruger, American comics are failing. Can you review foreign medias like One Punch Man, Death Note, Attack on Titan? Trust me, they are highly acclaimed. Well, I'll see what I can do. Ian Foster, do a review on Gladiator, the boxing movie. Okay, I'll take a look. John Everett, have you played any of the Legacy of Kain series? Like a really long time ago, back in the day, like on the PS1 and 2 we're talking about. Yeah, I quite enjoyed them. Eva Fox, anything else? Uzi 9mm. Yeah, great quote from Arnie there. Justin Seifert donated $5, so thank you. Oz Baxter, congrats on your success, you magnanimous master of manhood. Random curiosity, what do Scots think of caricatures like Scotty from Trek? We're all right with them, to be honest. Like, we don't get offended by stuff like that. It's just nice to see Scottish people on TV, to be honest with you. It's pretty rare on American shows. Sam Revel, hey, your Why the Past Matters video was brilliant. Wishing you the best from Australia. I'll go away now. Cool, man. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Justin Seifert, was Logan the best comic book movie? It's one of the best for sure. Really well done film, and I included Logan as like one of my top 5 last stands in films, so it definitely made an impression. Gabe Mule, hey Drinker, congrats on making 500k. What are your thoughts on the Castlevania games? That's an old one. I mean, I played some of the early ones, but they were just good platformers from back in the day. I don't remember too much about them, and I haven't played like the newer stuff. But yeah, I like them. Jacob Babcock, you should read the Nightside series by Simon R. Green. They're shorter, quick reads and fun with a little bit of all different lores. Congrats again. Cool, I'll keep that in mind. Charles Thompson gave me $20, so thank you very much for that. Eid Wolf says, please review Life Force. Oh man, yeah. I won't be able to show much footage from that because I'm pretty sure the antagonist walks around naked the entire movie, so I'd have to get pretty creative with the censorship. But yeah, it's a good film, good horror film. Kalashnikov, congrats again, man. Did you see pitch meeting videos? Do you think they are accurate at pointing out flaws in plot and storytelling? To 1 million soon. I think they are, yeah. Like I like the structure and the way they present them. They're quite funny, and yeah, they definitely pick up on a lot of stuff. Gene learns English. Any advice on how to live from writing, books, etc.? Yeah, it's tough. I think the money you make from writing is small for the most part. You have to be mega famous to make real money out of it. But you know, it kind of is what it is. It's just the way the market is now. You just got to write, you know, get yourself a good agent and try to find a publishing deal from there. Charles Thompson, hey Drinker, congrats on reaching 500k. Love your videos. Have you read Tony Hillerman's Navajo Nation detective novels? Highly recommend them if you have not. Keep up the great work. No, I haven't read them actually, but I'll take that recommendation. Dylan98, how would you rate Tenet between 1 and 10? Also, what is your favorite Christopher Nolan movie? For me, it's Inception. Yeah, I'd probably give it like a 5 or a 6, really. It's kind of at that level. Definitely not great. There's some good visuals in it, and some of the concepts are really good, but the overall plot is pretty weak, and the dialogue's terrible. You basically can't hear it. So yeah, it's for me, it's not a great one. And in terms of favorite Nolan movie, yeah, I think Inception could be one of them. I'm just trying to think. Like The Dark Knight is an excellent movie as well. Dark Knight Rises isn't, but that one is really good. So yeah, it'd probably be that. Relojero MX. Big fan. Greetings from a Mexican in the UK. Thank you. I'm sorry I totally destroyed your name there. I just it's that time of the afternoon. Torpedo, congratulations on 500k. Have some oil money. Sorry. One day I would like you to tell me why Once Upon a Time in America has aged so badly for me. Wow, I would need to look again and see it because it's been a long time myself. But I will try and tell you once I've seen it. James here says, hey Drinker, ever played Witcher 3? Yes, I have. Love to hear your thoughts on the story/narrative perspective in that game. Also, have you seen Train to Busan? I haven't seen Train to Busan, but yeah, I've played and completed Witcher 3, really enjoyed it. The depth and complexity of that story is incredible, so loved it. Cody Clemens, congrats on the milestone. Have you attempted to jab at Kingdom Hearts? We'd love to hear your thoughts on that series. Yeah, I've never really played Kingdom Hearts, so I couldn't tell you, unfortunately. Yeah, I just don't know enough about it. Cathers86, are you tracking the upcoming Wheel of Time series on Prime? I love the books, but worry about some of the woke noises. Yeah, I don't know much about that series yet, so I'm not sure, but I'll be interested to see it. Sam Revel here says, if you had the opportunity to adapt a video game to screen, what would you choose, and would you attempt television or film? Honestly, I'd love to have another crack at adapting the Resident Evil games into films, because I absolutely love them. I think that would be good fun. I would also love to do the Uncharted series. I know they're already in production on that with Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, but I have no idea if that'll be any good. But I'd love to try and put my own spin on it. Mr. V says, congrats, Drinker. Have you seen Hell or High Water? I have, like when I was a kid, but it's been an awfully long time. Not recently, so I do remember it being pretty awesome, though. And Joseph Walsh here says, greetings, Drinker. Any plans on checking out The Expanse on Amazon Prime? Yeah, that's, as I was saying earlier, I absolutely plan to see that. It's just been finding the time, but I think I'm pretty much free now to watch things. So yeah, I'm going to give The Expanse a go because it's about time. Anyway, I believe that I finally managed to catch up. And yeah, honestly, guys, I didn't expect all these additional super chats to come in. I didn't expect people to be so generous on this. So, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this stream. It's definitely a lot shorter than my usual ones. This is what happens when I'm flying solo. You see, it's always short and concise. But yeah, I really appreciate it. I'm going to have more streams coming up where I'll have guests on, and we're going to talk about more movies. I'm definitely planning to do one with Gary, Nerdrotic, and I'm sure we'll have Doomcock and Mahler back again in the not too distant future. Oh yeah, sorry, there's a couple of last minute super chats come in here. Say, Streb Dogman says, "Do you still play 40k? I make dice out of melted down bullet casings. I'd like to send you some." That is awesome, man. I don't really play it anymore, unfortunately. But I do like the world. I think it's been about 20 years since I've had a go at it, so my knowledge of it is probably a bit out of date. But that is pretty cool. And Oki Native says, "What are your thoughts on The Princess Bride?" Excellent movie from back in the day. I've used little clips of it occasionally in my own videos, so it's good material. But yeah, good film. Anyway, I believe that's me kind of finished. Unfortunately, I have to run off and do a bunch of other stuff this afternoon. But thanks for everyone who's joined me for this little stream. Thanks for all the additional super chats, the awesome questions, and thanks for putting up with me. I hope I've provided you with a few answers and a little bit of entertainment. But anyway, I am going to go now. I'm going to go away. So later, guys.